Hi and welcome back. I hope you're all well and enjoying your day or evening wherever you are. Once hailed as a breath of fresh air for the monarchy, Meghan Markle's arrival was supposed to represent progress, unity, and, you know, trying to bring the royal family into some kind of modern era. But behind palace walls, a storm was brewing, wasn't it? From secret meetings to bombshell interviews, what Meghan has done may never, ever be forgiven by the royal family, and I really doubt the public will ever forgive what she and Harry have actually done. I mean, when Meghan first joined the royal family, they bent over backwards to welcome her. The Queen personally invited her to Christmas, an honour not typically extended to non married partners. She went out of her way, the late Queen, to make her feel really comfortable and at home. Prince Charles even walked her down the aisle, but those gestures meant to unite were later repaid with silence and betrayal. I mean, they literally stepped out of what they normally would do, the royal family, to welcome this woman, and all she did was lie and stab them in the back. Then, of course, the Oprah interview that shattered royal trust. That was the beginning of the very end of these two. Allegations of racism. How can they ever forget or forgive that divide that Meghan and Harry tried to place not only on the royal family, but the United Kingdom? Mental health neglect. Of course, she accused them of that when she was literally with Harry, who was supposed to be a mental health advocate. A global media storm, forever doing interviews, forever lying. They were continually trying to berate the royal family and drag them down. Prince William publicly denied the claims, while the Queen released a carefully worded statement, but damage had already been done. For the palace, this wasn't just a PR nightmare, it was war, a public televised betrayal that millions watched unfold. That royal interview they did with Oprah. Then came the confusion over Archie and Lilibet's titles. Now we know with those titles, she was being confused or just putting it out there to try and gain sympathy. Oh, they don't want my children to have titles when they weren't actually entitled to them. The couple accused the institution of intentionally denying Archie a title for racial reasons, which again was a blatant lie and to drum up hate towards the royal family. The couple continued to put out lies, the pair of them. But royal protocol and historic law paints a more complicated picture when it comes to titles. Still, that narrative stuck, didn't it, with some people? The Sussexes played the victim card, and the palace's hands were tied. They continually do this knowing that the other side can't speak or won't speak to defend these claims. So, in actual fact, they're forever out there putting stories, and it's up to the public to make up their own mind. But what may have hurt most, apart from obviously seeing the late Queen sitting all by herself for her late husband's funeral, all lonely there. Yes, it was COVID, but that was the beginning of the stabbing, the knife being put in the back for the royal family. And the late Queen knew that this was going to put a little bit of a taint on the legacy she will one day leave behind. But also, what may have hurt most was the naming of Lilibet, a deeply personal nickname used by the late Queen tied to her father and her private life. For Harry and Meghan to use it, allegedly without asking permission, and we know they didn't ask permission, but they went on record saying that they did ask for permission, which again is debunked as a lie. She felt like the appropriation of legacy. Even after the palace denied giving approval, the couple doubled down. They continued to say that they had permission, and they turned that sacred name into a PR move. And then came the commercial empire. Netflix deals, Spotify drama, memoirs, Meghan's Archetypes podcast airing, more royal grievances, all while using royal titles. To the firm, this was the ultimate betrayal, monetizing royal connections while relentlessly attacking them. They're literally making money off the very thing that they absolutely hate. It's disgusting. Prince Harry's still family, but Meghan, insiders say she crossed the line. You see, I see Prince Harry as the biggest traitor out there because he was the one that was supposed to put a lid on this. He was the one that's supposed to stop her and say, stop doing this to my family, etc. But he never has. He's gone along with it because he's an absolute traitor to his family and his country. Forgiveness in the royal family is rare and almost never public. But after everything Meghan Markle has said, done, and sold, insiders believe the palace door is shut, not just now, but forever. And so it should be. I mean, who could ever forgive her stupid curtsy and the lies about her not knowing that when there's footage of her out there doing a curtsy when she was doing dance lessons? I just don't understand why they continually bully the royal family, lie about them, and get away with it. I think this is the most frustrating part of it all, is that they're not held accountable, only by certain members on different forms of social platforms that people, have their opinions and disagree what they were doing, but no one is holding them actually accountable. They continually get away with it. It's absolutely disgusting, and they will never ever be forgiven for what they did to the late Queen and the rest of the family. It's just deplorable. And now with her stupid jam stuff, oh, we sold out again. It's come to fruition with this last lot, sold out really quickly. What, again, did she only have 20 jars? People haven't received their refunds from the last lot they ordered and didn't receive. I mean, any website that something's sold out, you're blocked from purchasing it. Why did they take the money and then have to issue refunds when the system or the sales part of it should know that they're sold out and should block the sale? Are they just taking money because they need the money? I mean, I've said it all along, and many others have said it all along. They're running out of money. They live a very extravagant lifestyle, but they're not actually bringing money in. You can spend as much as you like, but you got to replace it as well. And now with their 4th of July love story of when they went on their second date. And she says how Harry took her cupcakes to celebrate, and now they're following that tradition with their children, making cupcakes for the 4th of July. It's such a facade. So many lies from these two, and no one's holding them accountable. The royal family is not putting a stop to them being so disrespectful to the palace, so disrespectful to the UK, so disrespectful to everybody. But we will never forget. I know I'll never forget what she did to the late Queen, how she disrespected her, how she absolutely probably put her through hell behind palace doors, how these 2 children are not actually meant to be in the line of succession because we don't have proof that they really belong there. Again, I say I feel sorry for those children because These two people are emotionally abusing them. They're the ones that are going to be adults one day and have to face all this. They are not protecting them at all. They're actually damaging them more by doing what they're doing, hiding them, not allowing both sides of the family to see them. All that kind of stuff is actually putting them in harm's way emotionally and possibly physically, because photographers, when they're out and about, they're going to want to see their faces. They're going to know what their childhood was like. So they're going to get hounded. They as adults should be protecting them. But what would they know about protection? Because both of these people, Harry and Meghan, did not protect their families from everything that's unraveled over the years. They don't even care that Princess Catherine is still suffering, even after her, her treatment for cancer, that she still is having lots of bad days. All the bullying she went through by these two. We're not going to forget what they've put the royal family through. We're not going to forget what they're putting the king through. Deep down inside, he must be absolutely devastated about what his son has done. And they have the nerve to go out there and talk about mental health when they are literally destroying their own children's mental health by alienating them so much, and their family's mental health. And they want to talk about mental health. They want to talk about online safety when they have the biggest lot of abusers online that don't put people at safety. They're the ones that cause a lot of trouble, a division in race and stuff like that. Like, why do that? Why bring up racism for a woman that always identified as white? She had to throw that black card in, didn't she? Because she thought she was going to gain a lot of sympathy in that culture from people of colour. And it worked for a short while, but if you've noticed, they're dropping off like flies. They don't really want to know her because she's showing her true colours. Mind you, that's white, not black. We will never forget what they did to the late Queen. Never. How she went to her grave brokenhearted that her own grandson is a traitor, a liar, and a deceitful piece of turd. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think. I will never forgive them. I mean, her jam shit at the moment and her wine that she brought out, of course, on Princess Diana's day that she passed. Are you serious? Like, everything is strategic with Meghan. All the dates are strategic. Everything she does has a plan. She always waits for a moment to do something. There's always a secret behind it and always a secret message. She's a cunning, manipulative person, in my opinion. And she continues to still disrespect the royal family. I mean, that twerking shit, oh my God. Now that was a joke. That literally made fun of royalty, didn't it? I don't know about you, but that's how I took it. Like, she claims to want to be a HRH, but yet she's doing shit like that. Yeah, do it in private, but do not put it out there to make a fool of yourself. But she did. It went viral. She achieved what she wanted to achieve. And that's the thing with Meghan. It's her own PR strategic plan. Everyone talks about what she puts out, and she does it purposely because she wants to be in the headlines all the time. And we just call her out on her crap. We just call her out on her bullshit continuously. She's a freaking... I don't even know what to say about her anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick to death of the pair of them. I'm also sick to death the fact that nothing gets done. No one shuts them up. The palace doesn't do anything and says, even privately, quit your behaviour. Why can't they contact them privately and tell them to quit their behaviour? I mean, we don't know if they have, but you would think if they did that they would buck up and shut up for a while and be more respectful. They are so far from royal, so far from royal, especially Harry, the deceiving little disrespectful prick that he is. Anyhow, I'll chat to you in the comments. Have yourself a lovely day, and we shall chat soon. Bye for now.